Beerzerker. We got us a golden ale from Chad the Albino Rhino. Camping Buddies from Rebellion Brewing in Regina, Saskatchewan. 4.2%. So this is, I'm hoping this is a real golden ale, because this is the one style that everybody just fucking gives zero fucks about. Style guidelines, right? By this I mean a golden ale should be essentially an ESB without caramelized malts, like just pale malt and some British hops, British yeast. None of this fucking American pale ale calling it a golden ale. Bullshit, right? So that's what I'm thinking as an English golden ale. 4.2, the ABV looks spot on. What do you say this is the real deal and not a bullshit one? So thanks to Chad for sending this out. We're going to get to the bottom of what is in the can. Oh. Yeah, right. Got the right malt bill. Not liking the looks of the head so far for an English low carb style beer. All right. Not getting like IPA hops or anything in the aroma so much. Smells like a Pilsner a bit. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's a golden ale. Imagine that. But it's not like, I'm not getting a whole lot of hops really to tell you what variety. Is this Goldings or something? I don't know. It's thin, it's 4.2, so it's kind of like an English mild. Yeah, I don't know what hops are in here, but it's not like Cascade or something like that. Almost tasting a bit nutty and chocolatey for a pale ale. Yeah, it's earthy. I'll say so far the only real flaw, besides the hops being a little indescript, isn't really a flaw. Maybe a little over carbonated is all. I didn't warm the beer up because I didn't know what to expect. It's not warm, it's not room temperature. It's probably around 15 degrees or 14 degrees. Something like that. Yeah. It tastes like an actual English golden ale, but kind of getting some Pilsner vibes off it a little bit. I'd say that, yeah, that's at least it's not a falsified one, right? Quality, not bad. It's session beer. This is what a lot of people would really like to drink this. It's not like a world-class golden ale, but it's definitely a camping beer. It's definitely that. If it warmed up, I think I get maybe more. Fuckers. I would say I get more mouthfeel off the yeast to know exactly what it is. It is kind of given the English kind of English style yeast vibes, right? What I'm trying to say, mouthfeel, the soapy mouthfeel a bit you get off like SO4 and stuff like that, and the different getting the aroma. Now that it's warming up, opening up, it is degassing a bit. It is getting to be better. Yeah, I think that is definitely they're hitting the right style guidelines. There's a lot of breweries just brew a pale malt beer and they throw whatever the fuck they want. They call it a golden ale, which I guess is technically correct, but also like misleading. And I'm not necessarily Mr. BJCP guidelines all the time, but especially with a traditional British beer, I think that you should be in the fucking zone, right? Because there's lots of stuff you can do. If you want to brew a golden ale, it doesn't have to be like everybody else's golden ale. You could brew with Northern Brewer. There's a ton of different hops you can use. There's a ton of different yeasts you can use. And there's a ton, you can throw a little bit of specialty malt in it. You could blend yeast. You could do a whole bunch of stuff with the beer. And if you want to brew something else, you just call it an American Pale Ale or a Belgian Blonde, or if it's a German style, it's a Pilsner. If it's an ale yeast, you call it a Kolsch. There's just for to eliminate confusion from the people that do know, and to confuse a whole bunch of customers for the whole industry later on, not knowing. I know a lot of people don't fucking know or care to know. I get that, but no, they did it. They did the right thing. It does. It's doing the thing. It's doing the thing, and it's the only thing it's like going into Pilsner territory, which is the only territory I would say would be acceptable with the stuff. if you're going into like American hops and different things, then it'd be like not correct for the style. But this is. A little over carb for my preference, and maybe a little under hopped. Other than that, it's all right. Refreshing beer. It reminds me of most people's Kolsches in a way, when you don't get a real authentic Kolsch, which most of them are kind of a little off. Like once you try a real good Kolsch, you're like, oh, I get it now. Right? I had no clue. This tastes like a lot of like local craft beer Kolsches in a way. Yeah, that is a legit tasting pale ale, a golden ale. You don't see a lot of this style. I don't see this ever hardly, aside from a Kolsch. But I never see an English golden ale. I guess the closest thing would be like the Trooper, which I guess is a mild or something from, I can't remember the name of that brewery. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Out of 11, what would I give it out of 11? Warmer it is, the better it gets. A little overcarbonated. We got some points for sure for that. Tastes good. It's authentic. True to the style, which is amazing for this style. I'm impressed with the Saskatchewan brews Chad's been sent out. They're better than I thought they would be. They're better than most of the shit we got here so far. So, yeah, nothing wrong with this Rebellion. I can't remember if this is the first one from them or the stuff from the other one was really good. I can't remember the name of it for some reason. And then, yeah. It could definitely get better. But I'd say, you could throw that like an 8 out of 11. It's not terrible at all. It's not a terrible beer at all. There is some room to get a little better carbonation, a little bit more hopping, a little recipe tweaking, and that could keep bumping up. So, I mean, I want to brew more of this style because I've done it before, and it was good. But these pale styles you think that would be easy to brew seem to be the hardest to kind of like. You take a porter or something, you can just dump whatever in there, and it's always delicious. You take one of these lighter styles, they're more delicate. There's more things to get out of balance easier and stuff, so they're actually kind of tricky to brew. So I want to keep experimenting with this golden ale stuff, and so then I hope they keep doing this, and I hope other people keep doing it and refining it better. But I'd say 8 out of 11. I'm sure it can get a lot better because it took me a while to figure out how to brew ESB. And when I figured it out, I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, oh, awesome, right? But the first few times, it was not awesome. Yeah, I wish I would have warmed it up a little bit more, actually. I think it would be even better. Yeah, 8 out of 11. Beerzerker, I'm out. Yeah.